next we have Aneta Skubida. She is a member of Think and Do Tank Green Dealers, a member of local parliament in Warsaw, and a member of Climate KIC, which is an agenda of the European Institute of Innovation and Technology. She is a future-proof strategies designer, empowering actors of change, and she is also a dot connector, connecting social, political, business, and research perspectives and innovating for impact. The floor is yours, Aneta.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Let me start first with expressing how much gifted I feel really today to be here among you, and there are already so many things which I just heard, and they are like really deeply internalized in myself, even though we are coming from different domains, but we share so much. It's like, for example, the need for transformation and our power that we can really play a significant role there. We are needed as women, or for example that we need new models based on data. Those things are so close to me, and I'm really happy that I can be here today together with you to share what I have learned and to learn from you especially. And I will talk about the role of data science in transformation of all our systems, our societies, our cities, our countries. I will talk about megatrends, the change we need nowadays more than ever, and examples how to manage it. About the role of data science for future-proofing and human-oriented approach. So much more beyond just those single point technological solutions. But firstly, let's see at the megatrends and the challenges of today's world. According to the World Economic Forum, 5 of the major megatrends are very closely interrelated, and they are, first of all, climate emergency. 5 last years are the hottest on the record, with severe droughts and wildfires destroying many places, for example, California or other areas. Secondly, there is raising sea levels, and it's estimated that in the year 2100, sea level is going to rise by 1 meter, and if we do not make a systemic shift. So it would mean that for every 1 centimeter of rise, 1 million of people will be displaced from their homes. And this also translates to the fact that global hubs such as New York, Miami, Shanghai, London, they can all be submerged within that time. You can imagine what impact would it have to all our world. Thirdly, there is citizen action. Globalization spreads viruses and misinformation, but it also raises awareness and action, such as climate strikes. Fourth is, according to World Economic Forum, green energy. This is including prosumerism and energy cooperatives. And last but not least, 5th megatrend is nature first. This approach is needed to combat the climate crisis, but also nature is much more valued due to the pandemic, and so are the human relations. European Union is leading on that with 1 trillion euros of new European Green Deal for climate neutrality. It may not be so obvious, but data science is crucial for all those fields. If we do want to clean up the mess we made as humanity, as societies, and I will tell you how. Not everyone in the world realizes in which position we are nowadays. To show it, let me share a picture with you. Hopefully it will work, because I have one that is, hopefully you can see. Could someone confirm if you are able to see the picture I'm trying to view right now?
Yeah, I can see it.
Great, thanks a lot. So the situation right now is a little bit as if there was a monster just behind our window. And for many people, they're trying to close their eyes and reflect it in the prepared policies, programs, including the grant ones. The first two cities pioneering in this approach in CEE region are Krakow and Rybnik in Poland, which I had the pleasure to support in implementing this approach. And the other in Europe are, for example, Vienna, Amsterdam, Madrid, or Leuven, the current European innovation capital. We may trust our gut feeling, but if we do not want to take blind decisions, we need to analyze data of different levels. We need to understand why things are happening. On the basis of gathered data, we can create a map of the system, of a city, region, or a country. We can design and acupuncture interventions or experiments. Thanks to data science, we can learn what exactly doesn't work, what works just a little, and what does make the actual change we want to achieve. So what we should leverage on and what we should scale. And on the basis of combination of data, including citizen surveys, their needs and perceptions, analysis of megatrends, trends, microtrends, the actual impact of the solutions which we have already introduced, and various predictions involving unobvious factors, we can create different scenarios and models and choose the most beneficial ones, choose wisely, cautiously. And this is how we work with the systemic innovation, being cautious. And let's have now a fast look at two examples. First example, many times we assume some solution, some policy would work. We put millions of euros in it, and then it turns out it doesn't actually have the impact that we were assuming, or it's just like marginal. Imagine city of Washington and its police, where excessive violence towards civilians was observed, causing thousands of complaints. Imagine a possible solution, making the hope of the policemen to wear body cameras which register their behavior. You'd probably assume that it would significantly reduce those problems, and I was as well. It seems like the obvious thing, but it turned out that it's not the case. Running a test on a significant trial of 2,200 policemen proved it doesn't have such an effect, so another solution was needed to address the issue, and running a test on a smaller scale, tracking the data allowed to avoid spending of millions without achieving the desired effect. We need good impact assessments of solutions, programs, policies introduced in many areas of our lives. We need deliberate design of those to find the leverage points, and this forms a great opportunity for data scientists. And second example, it is not only about choosing correct solutions to solve the problems. Data can help us to reevaluate things, like the research around the worth of investments into trees. For example, in the city of New York, it was assessed that $1 invested into a tree brings $5.6 return. And this refers not only to health and well-being of citizens or benefits for the drainage system, which are quite obvious, but also growth of the business. For example, more clients in the shops and restaurants and cafes on the green streets. And this also refers to growth of value of buildings, both housing and business buildings, reduction of costs of cooling the buildings, and many, many other things. Data helps to track all that, and each location has its specifics. That's why more and more cities are ordering their individual data-based assessments. So let's have a look now at all what I've just said. What does it all mean for all of us, for our daily lives and daily choices? The smart city, based on technology only, is nowadays an old approach. The current trend is the city which is aware, using technologies deliberately, where and how it is needed to improve citizens' lives, to protect ourselves as well from the threats. The well-being today and the future one is a base for the development of modern societies, and this attracts the most skilled human capital. That's why neuroscience is growing, and why, for example, Singapore or Copenhagen are betting so strongly on the well-being. It is worth studying and working in data science, not only because you can earn really good money in it. It is worth because we can really have an impact on the future, not only for ourselves, but whole the societies and future generations. So, dear ladies, if you are still wondering whether become a data scientist or to fix the world, don't choose. Become a data scientist to save the world. Thank you.